Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. This is your host Samiha Yunus and we're back with DSG Webinar 4.0 episode 6. I hope you all are doing well, and today we have an incredible important and timely topic to discuss, that is using solar energy to meet climate goals, practical tips and insights. So basically, as we all know that the world is facing an urgent need to address climate change, and solar energy is at the forefront of the solutions that can help us achieve and for climate goals that will help us achieve our climate goals. Then in this sessions, we will dive deep into how solar energy can be effectively utilized to not only reduce carbon footprints, but also contribute to a sustainable future. So we'll be sharing practical tips and insights, and that can help individuals and businesses alike to harness the power of solar energy. So I think without any delay, I should introduce my esteemed guest with you all. I have today with Mr. Hassan bin Sadat. He is an esteemed academic and environmental advocate, and he holds a BSc, MPhil, and is pursuing a PhD degree in environmental sciences from the University of the Punjab. And with over 13 years of experience, he specializes in climate change and sustainable development. And Mr. Hassan is also a global STEM mentor at the New York Academy of Sciences and collaborates with the United Nations Developmental Program. And his passion extends to motivational speaking and community service across Pakistan. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Hassan bin Sadat. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking your precious time out for this session.
Thank you very much, DSG, and thank you very much, Samaya, for inviting me to this webinar and on a very interesting topic, solar energy to meet climate change and how solar energy is helpful in combating climate change. So thank you to DSG Group, and thank you again, Samaya. Samaya,
You're
sorry.
most welcome, sir. You're most welcome, sir. And in addition to Mr. Sadat, we are delighted to have two incredible, talented DSG ambassadors with us today. And basically, they are part of Green Leaders Program, an initiative DSG launched to empower young leaders in the fields of eco activism and sustainability. So I'm thrilled to welcome Ms. Mahnur Imran and Ms. Maham Nasir, who are doing remarkable work in promoting environmental sustainability within their universities and beyond. So welcome, Mahnur and Maham. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and I'd like to introduce myself. I am a DSG ambassador working with DSG, and we are mostly operating online nowadays, but it is a campus ambassador program for each of our universities. And I study at the Lahore School of Economics, and I major in finance, doing BBA.
All right, Mahnur. And Maham, could you please introduce yourself? Okay, I guess Maham, you're not audible. Can you please check if your mic is unmuted?
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay. I was saying that my name is Mohammed Nasir. I am currently doing BS International Relations from University of Central Punjab. And I am doing as Eco Ambassador working in DS Energy.
All right. So basically, today we'll be discussing and exploring the practical ways solar energy can help us meet our climate goals and the steps we need to take to make this a reality. So let's start with our first question for Mr. Sadat. Sir, I would like to ask you, like, how does using solar energy help us meet climate goals and reduce our environmental impact?
It's a very important question, and solar energy is very important because when we talk about climate change, there are two main culprits that are causing climate change. Number one is the fossil fuel burning, and the second is the deforestation. So, due to deforestation and fossil fuel burning, we have a lot of carbon emissions. When these carbon emissions are the main cause of the climate change, because carbon dioxide is one of the major greenhouse gases that causes the climate change. So, due to fossil fuel burning and deforestation, the carbon dioxide amount increases. And when the amount of carbon dioxide increases, the more heat is trapped, and therefore the temperature of the Earth rises, which is known as global warming. But now we have seen that certain areas of the world gets warmer, then certain areas of the world gets cooler. So now we use the term climate change, and it's all because of the greenhouse gases. And solar energy is very important and very beneficial because when you have solar plants, when you have solar power plants installed, or when you have solar energy, the emissions of carbon dioxide are reduced. So when the amount of carbon dioxide is reduced, absolutely the climate change also get reduced. So solar energy is very, very important in terms of reducing carbon dioxide. And in fact, now the world is going towards net zero. Net zero means that we moving towards a year or a time where we will have almost zero emissions of carbon dioxide. And all the countries are working on that, especially uh, all the 17 SDGs. They are very much in line to that. And I was recently in I was part of the COP28, which is Conference of Parties 28 in UAE, and there even UAE announced to get net zero by 2050. So solar energy help us to go and to achieve that net zero goal that the world is moving towards.
All right. So, sir, if we talk about like real life success stories, so can you share some real life examples and stories in which solar energy has effectively reduced carbon emissions and help us improving the climate overall?
Absolutely. There are very many success stories. I have seen many industries going on you can say solar power plants. And again, I will give you example of UAE. I was recently in Dubai, and now all the new houses that are being built in Dubai, they are installed with solar panels. And all the houses in Dubai, they are having solar geysers installed on the roofs. And this is a very good example because Dubai is going towards net zero, and they are very, you can say, very much promoting this goal that they are shifting away from the fossil fuels. And that was a very, you can say, a big example that all the new houses that are being built in UAE, they have solar panels installed and they have solar geysers installed over those houses. And when we talk about Pakistan, I have seen different companies working with different industries, and different companies, even the schools, or you can say universities, are also going towards solar panels and solar energy. And this is a good transformation, and this is a real life examples. And then most importantly, I also read that Imtiaz store has signed MOU with DSG, and DSG is also providing solar energy to Imtiaz store. So that's also a very good initiative of the DSG group.
All right. So, sir, if there are so many benefits and advantages that are linked to specifically solar energy, so why still there are some people like who don't show interest in switching to solar energy? So, are there any common hurdles or obstacles that like refrain them from adopting solar energy? And if there are some, then what practical tips do you have for overcoming them?
Well, there are, I think, a lot of negative points that are spread on the media, and especially the propaganda. The two very important propagandas were that government is going to ban net metering, and they are shifting away from the green meters. And then the other was that energy is going to be taxed, and there will be more tax on the solar energy. So all these news are fake. I will ask anyone who's listening or watching this webinar, please go on to Google and you can verify it yourself. Because whenever I talk with anyone and they say, no, the government is imposing tax on the solar are getting expensive. Rather, it's the other way around. If you see the amount of solar panels, it has dramatically reduced from 90 rupees per watt. Now it's almost around 45. And even there are different companies that are selling around 36 or 40 rupees per watt. So the price of solar panel have reduced. And then there's no such news that the government is imposing more tax or government is stopping net metering. So they're all false news. I think these are the false news that create problem or panic among the people, and they say no. If we might be installing the solar panel, we're moving towards solar energy, we might be having more tax on us, and it will be more problematic. So I think there's a lot of negative propaganda that goes on the social media. That is the main problem. Otherwise, if people want to go, there are many. You can even see the good news that I found on again the net was that now there are many companies that are working in Pakistan, and they are also helping in solar financing, which means that you can, if you don't have all the money to install the solar power plant, you can finance it. You can give little installments, and you can have your solar power plant. Especially also, I think this is one of the good initiative of the DSG group as well, that they help in solar financing. So again, there are many other companies that are doing it. So we need to again a lot of effort needs to be done in terms of communication, in terms of awareness. And this is a very good, again, I would like to appreciate that these webinars are very good because these webinars do aware the people at large, and people get to
Absolutely.
know
Yes.
what are the opportunities that they can avail.
All right. Maham, would you like to ask something to Sir? Because he is talking about the myths and the rumors that are spreading nowadays. So, do you have something in your mind that you want to ask from Sir
Yeah,
Hassan?
obviously. Uh, should I?
Yes, yes, please proceed.
I have one question, sir. What are some common myths about solar energy, and what are the real facts that people should know?
I hope I have also already
Should
answered
I
this question,
repeat
that
the
the
question?
real. And now I have heard your question. You said what are the common
Hello?
myths that people have. This is a question.
Yes, sir. Yes, Maham, you are audible.
Okay, so I think I have already answered this question, that people are scared because of the tax and because that the government policy can change anytime. These are two basic myths that people are usually having, and then there is another myth, which is the solar energy is very expensive. Yes, it is. It has a cost when you are installing it, but down the line it is not that expensive, and you can get all your money
And this
back in
is
2 3 years.
a
In
one-time
fact,
investment.
uh,
We need to be put more emphasis on this thing that this is just one-time investment.
one time
And
investment. That's very.
yes, one-time
And then the
investment.
return is very good. Return is great. You can see and all the cost that you pay upfront, it is just recoverable in 2 or 3 years.
All right. So, sir, अगर हम new advancements in technologies की बात करें, so world is moving and evolving very fast. So, what are the newest advancements solar technology that can make it more easier and more affordable for people to use and to adopt it?
Well, absolutely. The good news है वो ये है हमारे पास सबसे important कि I remember when the solar power solar electricity was coming, being introduced in Pakistan and other countries, the efficiency of the solar panel was very less. Initially, in the beginning, it was around 5%, then
Yes.
10%, and now the most important thing is that now we have solar plates and that has efficiency around 23% for the you can say domestic people. And if you go out for the commercial and for the industrial plants, then the efficiency goes up to 40%. And then again, the advancement is still going on. So it's a very good improvement from 5% to 25% or 20% for the domestic, and around 40% for the commercial and for the corporate, you can say consumers. So I think more research is being done, and as the technology advances, now we can have more efficiency of the solar plates, and that is again beneficial. We can get the best and get the more energy from the light in future.
All right. Mahnur, I would like to give you a chance to ask if some questions with Sir Hassan.
Okay. So I'd like to ask that where do you see the future of Pakistan with solar energy? Pakistan is basically a country which has an abundant sunlight source. So where do you see its future related to solar energy?
Manur, it's a very good question, and you are a finance student. I will like to add to it that there is a term which is known as green finance, and green finance is that you finance those initiatives which are green and which are environment friendly, and a lot of work is being done in this space as well. I would really like you to go and find this niche among your studies, that it will help you out, help you a lot. So when we talk about the future of Pakistan and solar energy, so Pakistan have a solar energy has a very, you can say, bright prospects for Pakistan, because if you talk about Pakistan, Pakistan has almost around 3 million megawatt capacity of solar energy. And that's a huge potential that Pakistan possesses. And then there are different estimates. One estimate says that 1 hour of solar electricity, 1 hour of solar energy, solar light is enough to light or to give light for whole year of Pakistan. So these are different statistics that you find out, and again, these are very important statistics. So 3 million megawatt is a big potential for Pakistan in terms of solar energy. And I think we really need to move towards the solar energy. It's environment friendly, it's climate friendly, it will be beneficial, and then on the long run, it's more cheap than the conventional energy. So, and I think again, a lot of people are now talking about it. I really like what Rehan Allahwala used to. He said कि पाकिस्तान को जरूरत है solar financing पे जाने की, and he said why I'm surprised कि पाकिस्तानी क्यों नहीं जा रहे solar panel finance करें और सब solar energy पे चले जाएं. पाकिस्तान के पास बहुत potential है. So मैं बात करता हूँ कि a lot of awareness and advocacy needs to be done in this matter. And this is again social media पे students, आप लोग जो young people, you have a lot of role to play. You can talk in your universities, you can talk in your communities, in your peer group. Okay, we need to promote it. So that's very important, and we need to talk about it. Pakistan has a very bright future. We need to invest and we need to help people. Government के initiatives की बात करता हूँ. The government is doing a very good work in terms of जो गरीब लोग हैं, गांव में लोग हैं, गवर्नमेंट उनको एक एक सोलर प्लेट जो है वो डोनेट कर रही है, दे रही है. मकसद ये है कि लोगों को इस तरफ लाया जाए. और नेट मीटरिंग क्यों गवर्नमेंट प्रमोट कर रही है कि यू आर एबल टू सेल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी टू द गवर्नमेंट, सो इट विल बी हेल्पफुल एंड गवर्नमेंट पे प्रेशर कम होगा. People will be empowered more when they have their own electricity being made by the solar power and solar energy.
Sir, I would also like to add something like what are some financial tips that you can share with us for making the most of solar energy, both in terms of saving money and maximizing return on investment?
That's again a very good question. Most importantly है कि आपको ये देखना है कि आपकी एनर्जी यूज कितनी है. That's a big issue that also comes. एक घर में अगर 3 एसी चलते हैं तो उसको जो सोलर आपको सिस्टम चाहिए वो और होगा. एक घर में अगर 1 एसी चलता है तो उसके लिए सोलर सिस्टम और होगा. अगर एसी नहीं चलता तो सोलर सिस्टम और होगा. एंड दैट इज वेयर द प्रॉब्लम एक्चुअली कम. सो यू नीड टू फर्स्ट कैलकुलेट कि हाउ मच एनर्जी, हाउ मच यूनिट्स यू कंज्यूम. आपको 10 किलोवाट का चाहिए सिस्टम, 5 केवी का चाहिए सिस्टम, 15 केवी का चाहिए सिस्टम. उसके मुताबिक यू नीड टू हैव प्लेट्स एंड देन यू नीड टू हैव एक्सपेंडिचर अकॉर्डिंगली. और फिर उसके मुताबिक आप देखें हाउ मच यू कैन पे एंड how much you need finance. I think a very important thing which is undergone, now the banks are also moving towards it. Or again, I will give the example of UAE because I was there. वहाँ पे जो अबू धाबी का commercial bank था, that it was having green financing. Green financing is that when the bank give you finance for green projects. And solar power is one of those projects. So पाकिस्तान में भी इसको हमें लाने की जरूरत है कि जिस तरह बैंक्स कारों का लोन देते हैं, घर का देते हैं, they should also give loan for the green financing. So people can talk with them and they can discuss and this will help. And most importantly, you need to know how much energy is required. आपका कितना system चाहिए. Then you can do the financing and then you have the right system. Otherwise, if आपकी जरूरत नहीं है और आप expensive पे चले जाएंगे तो it then creates a big hurdle. So I think first of all, you need to calculate how much electricity is consumed at your household.
So, sir, since we have talked about solar energy, but there are some other green practices as well. So, if we combine those green practices with solar energy, so how can this be combined with other eco-friendly practices to enhance overall climate impact?
Energy mix is very important. You cannot rely on any one source of energy because it will not able to fulfill all your needs. That's the most important thing. पाकिस्तान में अगर हम बात करें तो इस वक्त भी रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी 5% से हम कम यूज कर रहे हैं. मतलब दैट्स वेरी अलार्मिंग सिचुएशन दैट ऑल द एनर्जी दैट वी यूज only less than 5% is on from the renewable energy, and the rest of 95% we are getting from the conventional ways. And those conventional include fossil fuel, coal power plants, oil power plants, furnace oil power plants, and nuclear power plants, so on and so forth. So when we talk about that, we need energy mix, which means we need hydel, we need wind, we need geothermal, we need solar. So it's a mix of all these energies. And Pakistan has a lot of potential. Even when we talk about wind, Pakistan has almost around 100,000 megawatt wind potential. 1 lakh megawatt हमारा wind का potential है. 3 million megawatt is solar. Similarly, hydel हमारा potential अच्छा खासा huge है. So we need to have all these renewable sources of energy, and we need a mix of all these solar energy, hydro energy and wind energy. And that will be more beneficial and more cost effective.
All right. Maham, do you have any other question for Sir Hassan?
Yes, ma'am. One more question I have.
Okay. Yes,
Sir,
you may ask.
how can you think that communities engage in and promote solar energy initiatives to enhance the collective climate action?
I think communities have a very important role to play. For example, let me give you example from my community that I have seen now schools, they are being shifting towards climate, and there are different NGOs working in this matter. One of my friend, his name is Asif, and he just started this initiative, Solar for Her, and they are providing solar energy to government schools. And it's a very good initiative. They are raising funds and they are asking venture capitalists to invest in. They are raising funds and they are asking different corporations and different industries to pool in money and sponsor the solar power plants for the government schools. So this is a very good initiative. Now I've seen mosques going on solar. For example, the place where I live, हमारी जो वहाँ की मस्जिद है वो solar पे convert हो गई है. Now these are very good community structure people are aware and they are moving on it. So it's very important. अब दिन को whenever we go to the mosque, एसी चल रहे हैं वहां पे और वो ठंडी होती है, और सिर्फ ये नहीं कि नमाज लोग पढ़ते हैं वहां पे जाके, मुसाफिर आते हैं, मजदूर आते हैं, कोई रिक्शे वाले ड्राइवर, कोई रेडी वाले, दे कम एंड दे सिट ओवर देयर. सो इट्स वेरी गुड एंड अगेन इट्स सोलर एनर्जी which means it's clean energy. So इस तरह के इनिशिएटिव्स हमें लेने की जरूरत है और हमें प्रमोट करने की जरूरत है. I mean, I have already told you that universities are shifting towards that. I don't know about LSE and UCP, but I know about Government College University, and I also know about Former Christian College. Government College have just recently done an MOU, and Former Christian College is also moving towards this. So these are good initiatives. Universities are on the larger platform जो है वो कर रहे हैं, और जो communities हैं वो अपने level पे जो भी कर सकती हैं. अब another very important thing I would like you to go out and observe. My two, you can say, दो घर छोड़ के neighbors ने solar पे shift हो गए. उसके बाद within my street now there are 4 homes that have shifted towards solar. So the change is there, the transition is there. We need to promote it more. I always, whenever I go, and I always talk to people that, यार, go to solar energy, go to net metering. Why are you paying so much? पिछले 2-3 महीनों से बिजली का बिल बहुत ज्यादा है. Everyone is really much, you can say, everyone is really frightened with the increase in the prices of electricity. So solar is the only solution. ठीक है ना, सोलर हमारा वे फॉरवर्ड है. एंड आई थिंक रियली, एंड अपॉर्चुनिटीज बहुत है ना, कंपनीज बहुत सी हैं. मैं आपको बताऊं, जस्ट गूगल इट आउट, यू कैन फाइंड 10-15 companies which are working in Pakistan. There are different commercials that are coming on TV, Sky Energy, for example, Pentra Energy, for example. Then you can name it. So you can go and you can find many, and again, आप जाएं, बात करें. For example, DSG is also doing a fantastic work, and this is, I really like to appreciate कि like you, Mahanur and Maham, आपको जिस तरह इन्होंने ऑनबोर्ड किया है, और भी स्टूडेंट्स ऑनबोर्ड किए हुए हैं. Very good initiative, because student volunteers, student ambassadors, they go. You talk in your universities, you talk with your friends, and this is how the you can see the change begins. और वो chain है ना, वो आपकी communication chain फैलती है, and more people are connected. So it's very important. You go and you talk about it. And what I would like to suggest here कि DSG energy है, उनको support करना चाहिए कि हमारे जो ambassadors हैं, हमारे students हैं, वो हमें वो इस तरह solar energy को promote करें. So let us give some incentives to them. Let us give more incentives. So it's very good. And I think these programs, these kind of activities should be done. और आपका रोल बहुत अहम है, स्टूडेंट्स का रोल बहुत अहम है, because students are the change bearers.
All right. So, sir, just for things to getting started, what are the first steps people should take if they want to start using solar energy at home or in their businesses? अगर हम layman की language में हम इसको step by step if we break it, so आप क्या उनको practical tips जो हैं वो उनको देंगे, how they can initiate with this?
सबसे पहला, सबसे आसान टिप तो है कि पहले अपना बिजली का बिल देखें. Whenever you will see the electricity bill, I think जी जिस समय
बिल तो हर महीने जो है वो अनफॉर्चुनेटली देखने पड़ते हैं.
ठीक है, मतलब जस्ट लाइटर नोट में बात कर रहा था, तो आप अपने बिल देखें और आप देखें कितने यूनिट्स आपने कंज्यूम किए हैं. ठीक है, दैट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. हाउ मच यूनिट्स आर बीइंग कंज्यूम, तो आपको पता चलेगा कितनी आपकी कैपेसिटी है जो आप यूज कर रहे हैं. एंड देन गो आउट. देयर आर, आई टोल्ड यू, डिफरेंट कंपनीज. गो आउट, टॉक विद पीपल. हमारे यहाँ असल में ये भी इशू है कि स्कैम भी हो रहा है. ये मैं बात करूंगा, एक दो बात लास्ट टाइम मिस हो गई थी. It's very good. We have authentic companies which are working really good. But उसके अलावा हमारे पास यहाँ पे स्कैम ये हो रहे हैं कि हर दूसरी दुकान पे लोग बैठ गए हैं, हम सोलर लगवा लें, और वो उनको पता नहीं है कि सोलर सिस्टम कैसे लगना है, कितनी प्लेट्स लगनी है. प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि आपके पास कैपेसिटी आपकी जो है, आपको बिजली की जरूरत ज्यादा है, आपने कम लगा लिया सोलर प्लेट्स, और लोड पड़ा, जल गई. या मिसाल के तौर पे आपने ओवरलोड कर दिया, इन्वर्टर जो उन्होंने लगाया वो सही नहीं था. So it's a lot of things that goes into it. So मैं ये बात बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट करूंगा कि आप हर किसी बंदे से जाके सोलर ना लगवाएं. हमारे यहाँ की मिस्टेक ये भी है, यार इलेक्ट्रिशियन को बुला लोगे. मैं आई नो इलेक्ट्रिशियन इन माय स्ट्रीट, यार मैं जानता हूँ मोहल्ले में, इलेक्ट्रिशियन को बुला लूंगा, उधर दुकान से मैं 2 प्लेटें उठा लूंगा, 3 प्लेटें लग जाएंगी. इट्स नॉट लाइक दिस. अगर आपने पंखे चलाने हैं और 2 बल्ब चलाने हैं, इट्स फाइन. बट अगर आपने अपना घर का सिस्टम चलाना है, विच मीन्स के एसी ना भी चलाने हो, अगर आपने रेफ्रिजरेटर चलाना है, आपने इस्त्री चलानी है, आपने मोटर चलानी है, तो यू नीड अ सिस्टम, प्रॉपर सिस्टम. यू कैन नॉट गो के 2 प्लेटें ले और तार जोड़ के लगा दें, क्योंकि जो सोलर एनर्जी बनती है वो और है, दैट इज डायरेक्ट करंट, और आपको इन्वर्टर चाहिए अल्टरनेटिंग करंट में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए. सो यू नीड टू नो दीस बेसिक थिंग्स. सो इसलिए ऑल डिपेंड्स कि मैं जब बात करूंगा कि आप गो आउट, गेट एन एस्टिमेट एंड मीट द राइट पीपल. आप थोड़ी अपनी सर्च करके जाएं, अपना होमवर्क करके जाएं, देन उनसे डिस्कस करें कि इतनी एनर्जी हमारी यूज होती है, कौन सा सिस्टम बेहतर होगा, प्लेट्स कैसी होंगी, फिर डायरेक्शन ऑफ द प्लेट्स, ठीक है। एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली कि आपके जो सोलर प्लेट्स का स्टैंड है, द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक दैट पीपल आर डूइंग इन पाकिस्तान, यार वो बचत कर लेते हैं, सोलर प्लेटें लगेंगी क्या, हल्का स्टैंड लगा लो, एंड देन देयर वेयर द प्रॉब्लम कम। बिकॉज मैं इस वक्त आई एम नॉट इन लाहौर, आई एम इन मुल्तान फॉर एग्जांपल, मैं स्टडी करता रहता हूँ, तो यहाँ पे सोलर ट्यूबवेल्स लगे हुए हैं बहुत से लोगों के, ये बहुत ज्यादा गवर्नमेंट ने इनिशिएटिव किया। तो अब हुआ यहाँ पे एक लोगों ने बचत की कि यार सोलर सुपर, तो जो स्टैंड लगाया जिसपे सोलर प्लेट्स लगाई वो हल्का था। हुआ क्या कि जब बारिश आई, आंधी आई, तो वो स्टैंड टूटा, प्लेट्स टूट गई। Now this has happened a lot of time. So this is again big issue. We need to know about it कि आपकी प्लेट्स कितना है, उनका कितना वजन है, और उसके मुताबिक आपको सोलर स्टैंड चाहिए, लोहे का स्टैंड हो जिसपे आप वहां बचत करेंगे तो नुकसान आपको होगा, ठीक है ना। और एक चीज और भी मैं यहाँ पे बात करना चाहूँ, अगर सोलर किसी के घर पे है, और ये बात भी सवाल बहुत कॉमन होता है कि विद पैसेज ऑफ टाइम एफिशिएंसी कम हो जाती है। इस पे एक बहुत बड़ा इशू है डस्ट। सोलर पैनल्स को रेगुलर वॉश करना चाहिए।
Yes, sir.
और मैं
Absolutely.
बताऊं 70% लोगों को पता नहीं है। आप पानी से वॉश कर लें, कुछ नहीं करता, इट्स प्लास्टिक है ना उसके ऊपर, आपके शीशा चढ़ा हुआ है आपका, इट्स शीशा जो है उसको पानी से धो लें, फर्क नहीं पड़ता। और ऐसा नहीं है, उनको लोगों को मिथ ये है कि पानी डालेंगे तो बिजली का चीज है, पता नहीं नुकसान खराब हो जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता। फोटोवोल्टिक सेल अंदर होते हैं, उसके ऊपर शीशा होता है, इट्स अ थिक लेयर, तो आपको सिर्फ पानी से धोना है। अगर धोएंगे मट्टी साफ हो जाएगी, मैक्सिमम लाइट आएगी, आपकी एफिशिएंसी अच्छी होगी। So yeah, that's another issue that I really want to highlight in this regard. Ji.
All right. So, Mahnoor, do you want to add something?
No, I just had the same question, like how we can improve the efficiency
Right.
and
Okay.
effectiveness of the solar systems.
Okay, that's fine.
अच्छा,
So, sir,
हमारा लाइव स्ट्रीम जा रहा है, तो लाइव पे कोई क्वेश्चन है हमारे पास? Anyone from the live stream? Did anyone
Yes, sir,
ask
I
some
would
question?
like to request to our audience if they want to ask something to Mr. Hassan, so they can surely ask. हम फिर उनको भी अपने सेशन में ज्वाइन करेंगे. Okay, so sir, finally अगर हम दोबारा से क्लाइमेट गोल्स की तरफ आते हैं और उनकी बात करते हैं, so actionable insights क्या हो सकते हैं? What would you like to share with the audience? कि especially individuals or businesses for both who are looking to use solar energy, or फिर how can they contribute to climate goals? Because हमारा main focus आज के सेशन पे climate goals का ही है. So what is
कंपनीज और जी सॉरी, आपकी बात मैंने काट दी। कंपनीज और कॉर्पोरेशंस या इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है द ग्रीन कंपनी इमेज। It's a competitive edge which this will give. So when they are moving towards solar energy or any other renewable source of energy, the most important thing is that they will say हम carbon emissions को कम कर रहे हैं. That's part of the CSR as well, corporate social responsibility, and they can promote the green image that we are moving towards net zero. We are not producing or releasing carbon dioxide, rather we are moving towards net zero. हमारे emissions carbon zero हैं. So I think this is very, very important for the overall image, and especially in terms of global perspective हम बात करें. So international, it will help them a lot to grow their businesses. Now the businesses which have these, you can say the green image attached to it, it helps them a lot. और आपके पास अगर green company image होगा, it will also help you a lot. And even now the customers are sensitized, people are sensitized, so they usually go and they buy those products which are more greener, which have less carbon footprint, which have less contributions of greenhouse gases. So I think it's a win-win situation in all aspects, and the company should move towards building their brand and building the green company image, which will help them again eventually in their businesses.
All right, and sir, I think this is it. We've come to the end of our session today. So, do you have any message that you want to share with the audience and people who are watching us?
Absolutely. All the students, all the young people that are listening to me, my dear students, young people, the youth of Pakistan and future of Pakistan. My dear, you're the future of Pakistan, and I see hope in every one of you because you are the change bearers. And I always mention this, that if you want to bring change in Pakistan, if you want Pakistan to prosper, you need to be the change. So be the change that you want to see in the world. You need to be the change bearer. You need to be the torch bearers, and you need to be the one who take the change and lead the front. Because Pakistan has a lot of problem in terms of energy. हमारे आपको पता है energy का shortfall बहुत ज़्यादा है. it is one of the biggest issue in Pakistan, electricity bills and power shortage. And this is very good initiative that we should move towards solar and other form of renewable energy. And you are the change bearers. If you will take the change, you will talk about it, you will bring awareness, it will spread to the masses. अपने हिस्से का दिया जलाएं, अपने हिस्से का रोल प्ले करें. And I always urge every one of you के at least convince your families. That's how you begin. Charity begins at home. So अपने घर, अपने families में start करें कि हम सोलर पे जाते हैं. ठीक है ना? जितना भी जो भी आपकी कैपेसिटी है, अगर कुछ फाइनेंसिंग करनी पड़े फाइनेंसिंग ले लें, किसी भी उससे. मैंने बता रहा हूँ अगेन इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन यू, बट स्टार्ट मूविंग टुवर्ड्स इट. एंड व्हेन यू से हम सोलर पे, तो आप कह सकते हैं आई एम नॉट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, माय कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इमिशंस आर वेरी लेस बिकॉज हमारा घर जो है वो सोलर पे है, हम नेट मीटरिंग कर रहे हैं. सो यू विल बी हेल्पिंग the overall your home as well and the government of Pakistan at the same time कि जब आप एनर्जी गवर्नमेंट को देंगे तो वो जो एनर्जी कम है हमारे ग्रिड में वो भी पूरी होगी. सो बी द चेंज एंड अपने हिस्से का दिया जलाएं बिकॉज आप सब मिलके काम करेंगे तो पाकिस्तान आगे बढ़ेगा. तो यही मैसेज आप सबके लिए है कि बी द चेंज यू वांट टू सी इन द वर्ल्ड एंड अपने हिस्से का दिया जलाएं. वो कहते हैं ना, मौज बढ़े या आंधी आए, दिया जलाए रखना है. इस मुल्क की सौ दुख सहले, घर तो आखिर अपना है, तो घर के लिए दिया जलाएं. बी द चेंज दैट यू वांट टू सी द वर्ल्ड. पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका.
Thank you, sir. And we have just received a question from one of our audiences. Ms. Sobia Arshad has asked us a question like, how can we increase the use of solar energy worldwide, especially in areas with limited infrastructure to help meet climate goals?
It's a very good question, Sobia. Let me talk about that. कि solar energy वहाँ पे ज़्यादा viable है जहाँ पे सूरज की रोशनी ज़्यादा है. So it's not कि solar energy is viable to every part of the world. मतलब अंटार्कटिका में फॉर एग्जांपल जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा बर्फ है वहाँ पे वो वायबल नहीं होगी. सो यू नीड टू मूव टुवर्ड्स अदर रिन्यूएबल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी. बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ पाकिस्तान और इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंडिया, साउथ एशिया, वी हैव अ लॉट ऑफ सन. मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया कि 3 मिलियन मेगावाट पोटेंशियल पाकिस्तान का. इंडिया का इससे भी ज्यादा है, अफ्रीका में इससे भी ज्यादा है, सऊदी अरब में इससे भी ज्यादा है, यूएई में इससे भी ज्यादा है. सो जहां जहां पे पोटेंशियल है वहां पे प्रमोट करनी चाहिए, बात करनी चाहिए. और चेंजेस आर देयर. मैंने बताया यूएई में जितने भी अब नए घर बन रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल वहां पे सोसाइटीज बन रही हैं, जिस तरह इमार है, दिमाग है, these are very big names. Now they are developing new houses and they are installing the solar geysers and solar panels on each and every house. So it's part of the building design now. They are having it, including it. So that's very important कि आप प्रमोट करें और स्टार्ट करें. तो बिल्कुल ये बात है कि जहां जहां पॉसिबिलिटी है वहां पे आपको मूव करना है, और जहां पे नहीं है कोई मसला नहीं. लेकिन इवन हैविंग सेड दिस, इवन इन यूएसए, मेनी प्लेसेस इन यूएसए, टेक्सास इज वन ऑफ वार्मेस्ट स्टेट इन यूएसए, वहां पे भी आप जाएं तो घर आपको सोलर मिलते हैं. यूरोप में कुछ जगहों पे जहां पे ज्यादा सनशाइन है आपको सोलर मिलते हैं. सो हमें ये चीज अवेयर करने की, प्रमोट करने की जरूरत है. और रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल्स है, मैंने बता दी है. आई हैव गिव यू एग्जांपल्स कि आप अगर आप जाएं, मेरे तो अपने स्ट्रीट में मैंने बताया मेरे 4-5 नेबर्स के सोलर लग चुके हैं पैनल. मेरी अपनी जो मस्जिद है वो सोलर पे है. ठीक है ना? तो मैंने आपको बताया कि नाउ इवन दैट्स अ गुड इनिशिएटिव. और मस्जिद अगर सोलर पे हो जाए दैट्स बेनिफिशियल बिकॉज इस्तेमाल मस्जिद में कम होता है. इट इज गिविंग बैक टू द गवर्नमेंट. वो जो यूनिट बनते हैं सारा वक्त मस्जिद में, तो आपको पता है सिर्फ नमाज के वक्त, और वो भी फजर तो वैसे ठंडे वक्त में होती है. तो अगर आप देखें तो जोहर असर गर्मियों में 2 टाइम गर्म है, जो आपको कितना नमाज के लिए आधे घंटे के लिए चलेगा, इसी घंटे के लिए चलेगा, बाकी पूरा वक्त वो इट्स फ्री. इट्स गिविंग, मेकिंग इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड गोइंग टू द ग्रिड, गिविंग इट टू द ग्रिड. सो इस तरह के इनिशिएटिव हमें प्रमोट करने की जरूरत है. स्कूल्स आर वेरी गुड. आप अपने मोहल्ले में आपके अगर कोई स्कूल है, आप सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, तो आप कोशिश करें उनको सोलर पे कन्वर्ट कर दें. और वहां पे अगेन एसी नहीं चलेंगे स्कूलों में पंखे और आपके पास लाइट्स होती हैं. तो अगेन इट इनिशिएटिव, वेल देयर आर वेज. इफ देयर इज विल देयर आर वेज. तो मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि एक्शन लें. ठीक है ना? एक अगेन बात करूंगा बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट, जो कि कन्फ्यूशियस की टीचिंग में से है. इट इज बेटर टू लाइट अ कैंडल देन कट्स द डार्कनेस. इट्स बेटर टू लाइट अ कैंडल देन कट्स द डार्कनेस. तो अपने हिस्से का रोल प्ले करें. ठीक है ना? चीजें प्रॉब्लम्स होती रहती हैं. I hope I answered your question.
Right, sir. Mr. Salman has just shared a comment that there are vast areas of land, especially in desert regions, that are suitable for large-scale solar farms.
Absolutely. आपका कायदे सोलर पावर प्लांट भावलपुर में, that was on रेगिस्तान, डेजर्ट पे बनाया था. इंडिया बहुत ज्यादा, इंडिया में तो सोलर वेल्स इतने ज्यादा लग गए हैं, और बहुत जगहों पे इंडिया पे सोलर एनर्जी पे काम हो रहा है बहुत ज्यादा वहां पे. तो पाकिस्तान के पास बहुत सी जगह ऐसी हैं जहाँ पे बिल्कुल आप लगा सकते हैं. और अब तो नए कंसेप्ट आ रहे हैं. डेजर्ट में आप सोलर पावर प्लांट्स, सोलर पैनल लगा लें. एंड इन सिटीज यू कैन हैव योर ट्रैफिक, आपके जो पार्किंग स्टैंड्स हैं उन पे सोलर लगा लें. ऊपर सोलर की छत होगी, नीचे आप कार पार्क कर लें. सो वो कार पार्किंग भी बन गई, प्लस सोलर एनर्जी भी आ रही है आपके पास। सो इनोवेशन तो आ रही है, आइडियाज आ रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छे अच्छे आ रही है।
Absolutely,
अहम
sir.
चीज ये है कि वी नीड टू प्रमोट एंड वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट इट।
Yes. Well, thank you so much, sir. It's been a truly enlightening discussion. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, Mr. Hassan, for sharing your expertise and valuable insights with us. And your contributions today have been truly impactful. Thank you, sir. And I would also
थैंक यू वेरी
like
मच।
to thank our DSG ambassadors, Ms. Mahnur Imran and Ms. Maham Nasi, for joining us and for the incredible work that you guys are doing in the field of sustainability and eco activism. And your passion and dedication are truly inspiring. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much, you all, for joining us today. And of course, a big thank you to all of our participants for being with us today and engaging with the important conversation. And I think it's time for me to close this session. We will be back with another engaging and exciting episode of DSG webinar. Till then, take great care of yourselves. This is Samiha Yunus signing off. Allah Hafiz.